Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Ketubot page 52, which addresses the question, how well are daughters treated back in the times of the Talmud? One could certainly imagine, in the times way before all these women's rights, that women were second-class citizens. And therefore, because of that incorrect assumption, they obviously were not treated as well as boys. And one way you could certainly understand this, which is discussed here, is that when it comes to Yerusha, when it comes to inheritance, boys in general have greater levels of inheritance than the girls, the daughters. Even though it is true, as we discussed previously, that the daughters will receive mazonos, food, for the entire time until they're married from the estate, which could be so much that it could even be more than all of the monies left over, to the point that the boys will get nothing. So on the surface, it may seem like daughters don't get much or anything, but it really could be the opposite. But over here we find an unbelievable sentence. The pasuk, the verse tells us that you are supposed to make sure that your sons get married, and they should go and have children. And you should also make sure your daughters get married, and they should have children. On this, the Talmud says, I can understand encouraging your sons to get married, because when it comes to the act of betrothal, of Kedushin, it's the man that gives something to the woman. The man is the active person, and the woman receives something of monetary value. The question is, how can a man ensure or have any cause any incentive for his daughter to get married? And this, the Talmud says something unbelievable. It says, you want to make sure that your daughter gets married. If you want to increase her chances, what you need to do is as follows. You need to literally, as it says, give her clothing, beautiful garments. Make sure she's dressed nicely. Make sure you take good care of her. And not only that, you should encourage that when she gets married, that it should be known that you will give a dowry, a significant amount of money of your own to contribute to the wedding and also for her marriage. And when that happens, there will potentially be more people that will be interested in marrying her. Obviously, she will be someone you are going to want to marry for other reasons, but it's a tremendous incentive to know that you have a family, you're marrying into a family in which the parents financially support their daughter, and also in general are obviously very caring about their daughter's future. Now in this, the Talmud tells us, how much should you give as a dowry? A couple bucks? How much money should you provide for your daughter? On this, the Talmud says, and I quote, Ad le'iser nichse, up until 10% of your entire net worth. Now that is unbelievable. If we just think about it for a second, would you be willing to give 10% of your entire net worth to your daughter so that she will have a more comfortable life and also have a nice wedding and be able to have a nice marriage, so she'll be able to be comfortable? 10%. So this certainly shows that when it came to the relationship of parents to their daughters, they treated them tremendously well to make sure that all their needs were taken care of. So any individual who feels that maybe a woman was mistreated or not taken care of in the times of the Talmud is totally not true. In fact, 10% of all of your worth. Why don't you try that?